this guy, he had been, having a front guy do all of his little dirty work, and I noticed that. So, us skinheads, we all stuck together around that time. There was nothing but unity. There was a big separation with Woods, though. Like, we were totally not supposed to be separating, but we would. Like, there was 100% not supposed to be like a Wood faction and a skinhead faction, but us skinheads, we always looked at ourselves a little bit more superior because we were the ones that you didn't have to ask us to go put in work. We're already got our hands raised. We're already thirsty for blood. We're thirsty for it. We want it, and we want to put in the best mission. So we were kind of like in competition on who was going to do the sickest mission, who was going to have the best whacking or whatever. So anyhow, this dude, I get the comrades together real quick, and I let them know. I said, hey, bro, all you guys have been in this building, bro. Has anybody seen this man's paperwork? They say no. I said, all right, well, I just want to let you guys know he just told me, bro, that he has something on his jacket, but it's nothing that's that bad. So he's going to go get his paperwork right now. And as I'm saying this, here he comes down his stairs with a little thing of paperwork on it, and you can tell that he's really, really nervous, and I'm like keying in on this, bro. I'm keying in on this, and I see him real nervous, and he struts up, and he comes to us, and now there's about 5 or 6 of us skinheads just standing there looking at him. And he comes up, and he's like, so, Powder, can I talk to you on the side, away from the group? Oh, sure enough, no big deal. So excuse me, gentlemen, excuse me real quick, and we step to the side, and I go over there.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
What's going on? What is it? And he says, well, look, man, so I was telling you, I said, man, just hand me your pass. Snatched it out of his hand, like, bro, give me your paperwork, bro. And I'm like, so what's the deal, bro? And he's like, well, look, man, I got a child endangerment. I said, oh, you got a child? He's all, but look, man, it was just a little altercation with my girl, and, a knife got thrown and it landed by the kid. No big deal. And I said, wait, well, so there was a knife involved and there was a kid involved, but it was no big deal? Bro, check it out, bro. I said, look, bro, do you have anything? Do you have your court cases, bro? Because right here it just says willful cruelty on a child. That's a little bit different than child endangerment, bro. So can I see your court cases and your court transcripts so I can see what actually happened, bro? Because I don't believe what you're saying, bro, and I just want to make sure everything's on the up and up. And he's like, well, and let me tell you something, bro. When you come into prison, everybody has their court transcripts. Everybody has that, so you are able to produce it. He said he didn't. He's like, well, I don't. I said, all right, brother. So that's big red flags. That's in the political world of prison, paperwork is everything on the mainline side. So you have to have paperwork in order to even function on the main line. And back then, it was real brutal, bro. Like, if you had something marked on your jacket, bro, I mean, we're coming for your heart, bro. We're going to flatline you, bro, or at least try. We're going to try our best. It doesn't even matter. And there's plenty of us soldiers who are going to want to do this. So we tell this man, he's got 2 weeks. You got 2 weeks, bro. You got 2 weeks. We want to see you go to the law library, put in a slip requesting all transcripts. I want to see that, and we're going to turn that in together just so I know that you're doing the right thing and we're all on the up and up. Long story short, 2 weeks goes by, 3 weeks goes by, 4 weeks goes by, and this man's just coming with excuse after excuse after excuse. So it's time, bro. So I'm over here making him feel comfortable, and I'm like, look, brother, no big deal, man. Things happen. Pat him on the back, whatever it takes. It doesn't even matter. This man can't stay on the yard anymore. Obviously, there's a little bit more to the story than what he's saying, and he can't program on this yard no more. So I'm going to go ahead and take this yard. This was the very first yard that I had in prison. It was the very first one that I took over, and I took it over just like this. So this man was running the yard. Not only was he running the block, but somehow he was running the entire yard. And I went and I had a little meeting with all the skinheads, and I let them know what was going on. I said, check this out, bro. Who do you guys want to have the yard? And they voted me. Everybody voted me in. My little partner, Tension from AVS Skins, JJ from Peni, they were all there. So everybody voted me in to have the yard after we removed this dude. And this dude has no idea. And as we're monitoring this guy, come to find out he's got a gambling problem. At this time, I did no drugs. I was a straight-edge skinhead. You could not get me to do drugs for none of it. I was healthy. All I did was work out, eat, and I wanted to stay on top of my game, especially when you're in a leadership position. You have to be on your game, period, or you're going to fall, dude. That's just the way it is. So we set up shop in California. Whenever you want to earn your letters or your symbols or anything that's meaningful that represents your area, your county, bro, you got to earn it, bro. And you have to earn it to a certain degree or caliber in order to actually get it placed on you legitimately. And we had it established back then where we had a tattoo artist, one of the dopest tattoo artists out there from Huntington Beach, was already in the hole with fresh ink, fresh needles, fresh motor, fresh everything. So when these dudes earn their and they do their mission, they can go back there, show their paperwork, and they can get whatever they wanted on them. And the homeboy Nate from Huntington Beach will do it. So we had this already set up. So I'm trying to find who wants to do this job. And one of my homeboys steps up. He's like, look, check this out, Powder. We're from the same city. We're from Lake Elsinore, and I want to be the one to handle it. I said, all right, bro, I'm going to get you a weapon, and this is how we're going to do it. And he's like, all right, bro. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? I said, bro, this is how you're going to do it. You're going to roll up on that dude, and you're going to stab him in his neck 2 or 3 times, good ones. I want to see that thing go all the way to the hilt, bro. That's when you know that it's good, but don't trip. We'll make sure that you got the piece. So it's about 2 to 3 days in the making, and now it's the day of, and we got a rod. We're using a rod that's taken off of a typewriter, and we took that and we clipped it in half, and it took a lot of time to do this. We got it in half, so it's a half of a typewriter rod, and it's super, super sharp. And it's about maybe 7 inches long with the handle. That's not very long, but it's enough to do the job. And it's the day of. And my homeboy, I'm right there next to him, and I have my other homeboys bring that dude, Andy, out to the yard to make sure that he's out there so that we can get the job done. It's morning yard, and here he comes. You can see him coming out. You could tell that he's a little bit worried, but I made him so comfortable, he never thought that this was going to happen. And when you come out to yard, you always go to the whites table. So if you're a Sureño, you go to a Sureño table. As soon as yard opens, you immediately report to that table, period. You go to that table, boom, everybody shakes hands, kind of do like a little roll call mentally. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's looking at each other, shake hands, and then everybody kind of goes about their business. So we went to the yard, and we didn't waste no time, and my homeboy just comes up around him. As he was standing there, he was talking to one of my bros. He was talking to one of my bros to keep his attention off anything else, so he was engaged in a conversation, completely defenseless, dude, completely defenseless. And you see my homeboy just come around the back with this rod and just plunge it, dude, right through his neck. And I was right there. I had a clear shot of that. I'm the one who orchestrated this whole thing, and I'm not proud of it. It's just the way that it is, and this is just the way that the life was and the way that the life is, and it's the nature of this environment, period. And I seen him hit him, and once he hit him, I was like, whoa, that was the first time in my life I'd ever seen a knife go all the way through somebody's neck. It went all the way through it on the side. It went all the way through it, and I was like, whoa, dude, that was crazy. And he pulled it back out, and dude, Andy immediately went to cover his hand on his neck, but my homeboy had already hit him 2 more times. One of them hit that dude's head, and bro, it was bad. I don't know what happened inside that dude's neck or whatever, but all you see is that dude just starts screaming. Everyone's clearing out. We're clearing out, bro. I'm clearing out, bro. Everyone's, clearing the scene, just how it goes, and all of a sudden, the observation tower must have seen him or something or heard the screams, and it was horrific screams, bro. And in prison, it's those type of screams like that kind of like sit with you and leave long-lasting impressions. At least for me it did, dude, because this dude was screaming like that. And I seen it, dude, so I knew that it hurt. So that hole went all the way through his neck. Now, the yard goes down. They see it. They put the yard down, and they're looking. But by that time, the knife's already gone. By that time, the dude who stabbed him's already gone. He didn't even see who stabbed him, bro. It was just one of those things. And you never know. See, this incident right here, when it happened, bro, it happened because the dude had bad paperwork. But it can happen for any good reason. So once again, when you're thinking about coming to prison, like you don't want to be the person who has to take a metal rod and stick it through another man's neck, or be that person to catch a rod through your neck. You just don't want that to happen. And as I tell these stories, I relive these stories as I tell them, and it's crazy because I can feel like the emotions as I'm telling them like surface on my body, because I had a front row seat to this dude, and that was the very first time that I seen somebody get stabbed right there in the neck and watch it go all the way through, and that was the very first yard that I took over on my little upcoming rise to power, dude, you know, and that was one of my very first moments where I took over a prison yard in the state of California. So I hope that this story, you know, resonates with some people, and I hope, once again, that people understand that it's very barbaric in here, and you don't want to come here, okay? There's no winning. At the end of the day, there's no winning, and there's only two options. You're either dead or you're doing life in prison, bottom line. Thank you for listening to my story. Thank you.